Greetings, everybody. Wesley Pepper here, and welcome to the Art Lexcia podcast. This is episode 190, and I'm closing in on 200 episodes, which is great. Hopefully, I'll get there maybe in a month and a half, and that's cool. That's one of the stuff I set out to do this year. But anyway, yeah, I've also been lagging behind some of my publishing some of the previous episodes, but there's been network issues in this side of the world, so I'll get to that today, Ain't it? But yeah, I mean, anyway, today we are reviewing the event at Sacred Heart College, and it was launched on the 10th of July. It was the launch of the Food Technology Center and Entrepreneurship. Yeah, I hope I got it all. And we're talking to the executive head, Dhiraj Bhauth. Did I pronounce it correctly?
That's Bharat, yes, that's correct.
Bhauth. Well, first of all, good morning. Good morning, my brother. Welcome to the platform. How are you?
Good morning. Thank you, Wesley. It's a privilege to be here, and all good so far.
Good. So let's get started off. So on this platform we talk mostly art. So if some of my listeners who are not queued up with the Sacred Heart College, can you just give us an overview of the college, and then we'll break down the event.
Right. So Sacred Heart College is part of the Marist Marist School Education Network. It's an independent co-ed Catholic school situated in Johannesburg Observatory. And it's a school that's existed on the site for 100 years. Last year we celebrated our 100 years, and we 135 years in Johannesburg. It's a school that's been pivotal in the South African backdrop. It was one of the first schools to open its doors to all races during the apartheid era. It's played a very important part in the political history of South Africa as well. And equally, you're saying in terms of the arts, it's one of the few schools that promote the arts all across. So that's your dramatic, visual arts as well. So it's quite steeped in education for quite a long time.
Yeah, fantastic, man. So yeah, let's get into the launch of the event. So you guys say it's over 100 years old. So I assume there's lots of planning, and it's been long coming. So the Food Technology Center and Entrepreneurship stream. Yeah, explain to us what
Yes.
it's about, and then we'll unpick the various major points about it.
Okay, so what the hospitality suite is about is about not just about cooking. It's about equipping our students with real world skills in culinary arts, nutrition, food science, uh, customer service, and business. So it's about looking at those career paths that students possibly never even thought of. That's not your traditional career paths. So it's about exposing them to those career options after that. With our entrepreneurship stream, what we decided to do is we began to look at where the teenager mind is these days. And we decided to create an entrepreneurship stream, which includes hospitality, design, EGD. So again, very creative streams, CAT, as well as business studies, so that when a student's doing this post-matric, they've got the skills to go on to develop their own little initiative, own entrepreneurship avenues. And obviously, it leads to obviously them creating their digital portfolios, developing their portfolios, and their design thinking, and embracing innovation from classroom to the workplace.
Interesting. So I've got a few questions on that. Let me
Great.
start with the first one, with the thing around the arts. So I'm super interested to know how you guys operate. Is there some form of mentorship with other artists, and how sort of what skills is part of the curriculum?
Right. So what we've done is with our hospitality suite, for example, as well as our design, at grade 8 and 9 level, we run a modular system. So all our students get to experience these subjects in modulars. And so then that when they get to the end of grade 9 and they need to make an informed subject choice, they have a really great idea of that. What we've done is we've created links with culinary schools and other avenues. So we have different people coming in and mentoring the students as they go along their 10, 11, and 12 years. so that by the time they do leave school, they have a fairly good idea of all the nice parts about the subject area and the career avenues, as well as also all the challenges as well, because
Yeah,
they
I
get
was going to
mentored
ask
by
about
people that, yeah, they get mentored by people that are in the industry at the moment. So it gives them a great depth to that.
fantastic. Yeah, because I know in the arts mentorship is pretty important. Being an artist myself, you learn more from somebody who's been working there for 20, 15 years and somebody who's just reading from a script. So actually, I want to just go a bit further. So tell me, how does it work? Like as part of the school syllabus, do the students have to register this thing separately, or is it also open to students outside of Sacred Art College?
No, so that's a great thing. So if you're a student at Sacred Heart, it becomes part of your syllabus, part of your
Oh,
curriculum, and part of your choice. So it doesn't, you don't also necessarily have to choose the entrepreneurship stream. You could be a person doing physics, life sciences, and business studies, but you have a passion for something in the hospitality field. So you choose as your passion subject, or you choose design as your passion subject. So it's part and parcel of your syllabus. Our next phase, our next goal is to launch our adult education classes in the evening, so that we be part of an outreach program that works within the greater community. So we want to try and empower those individuals in with those evening classes. But for students, it's part and parcel of your curriculum. So the great thing is that you get the industry links, you get the experience, plus you get an NCS qualification in it. So it sets you up really well for post matric as well.
fantastic, fantastic. I had a question on. Oh yeah, so now we can jump to the. I had something that slipped my mind. I'll get back to it. The Entrepreneurship Center, something also that I'm very passionate about. That I've got a personal investment in entrepreneurship. Also, a very complicated at least as an entrepreneurship as an entrepreneur. But just explain to me, guys, just like, does it also fall part of the system? Can students also choose it, and what type of, because entrepreneurship is incredibly wide, and now with the digital platform, there's even with technology, there's all these new avenues. There's what they call them nomads, where they can travel. It pretty much, my point is that it's pretty broad in 2025. So just unpack that for us. Like, how does it work? How do you? Yeah, I've got many questions on that.
Right. So all right. So if students are interested in entrepreneurship, we looked at subjects that link to entrepreneurship areas. So that's your engineering, graphics design, hospitality, business studies, and CAT. So students could choose a combination of all those subjects to form their entrepreneurship stream.
Yeah.
So then that enables them to get the business knowledge, the computer platforms that they need to work on, as well as the passion field that they're looking at. So take, for example, just with design opens you up to so many different avenues,
Yeah.
from environmental design, structural, digital, you name it, marketing. So they'll get to work on an array of different areas. So they get all those combinations, and they do that over 3 years, and then finish off with their qualifications in that.
So what happens if the idea is practical and it can work? Is there some form of mentorship after a school, or do they get touch with other industries, example like CEDA and people like that? Are you guys in partnership
So
with other stakeholders like that?
So that's what we're currently doing, is creating our partnerships with those stakeholders. So when it comes to their matric year, and they've got their portfolios on a really great idea, and practically they now need to take that design portfolio and showcase it to get the investment and get it off the ground. Those are the links we creating, so that they have that platforms to move off onto.
Yeah, because that's also pretty important. I actually
Yeah.
remember what I wanted to ask before this. So with the food care and all the creative subjects, do you guys like have an end of the year function where all the students get a showcase their skills, and just explain to us how does that work and when and so forth?
Yeah. So we pretty different. So we run those showcasing of those subjects 3 times a year, because of the different projects that students do. So We run it in term 1, and now on the 1st of August, we hosting our creative and collaboration evening, where students get to showcase all of those skills. So they don't just showcase an end product to you; they take you through the process, and that's what
Oh,
makes our evening very unique. So they
okay.
take you to through the process, and all of this is presented and facilitated by the students. Your teachers are there purely as a facilitator and a guideline, but it bows to a wonderful evening. So on the 1st of August is our CNC. So we really showcase all our creative and collaboration subjects. And so that happens. And then we do one more at the end of the year, and that's our E&E evening, which is our entrepreneurship and environmental evening, where we focus on those aspects as well. So we do run it 3 times a year for students
Okay.
and families
Fantastic.
and outside.
Yeah, I was gonna ask that. Is it open to the public? So and use
Yes,
advertise it. So if anybody in the on this platform hears, where's the information, or where can they find information on that?
so you find it on our school's website and all our socials. It's currently all up on there. There's a great advert. You just scan the QR code and you book your space, and you come through. And even if you didn't book your space and you want to come through on the night, do come through, because besides seeing that, there's eats and great music as well. So it's a lovely evening of community as well.
Yeah, fantastic. And I understand there's also be other stakeholders from various industries out there scouting for talent as well.
Yes, absolutely. There's different people that come through on the evening looking at all
Yeah.
that's on display.
It must be really exciting for a student, man. That's like real work experience. I'm sure it's quite a trip. I'm sure it sounds very, very exciting. Back to the entrepreneurship.
No,
Sorry. Yeah, sorry. Continue.
no, go on.
Uh, with the entrepreneurship, let me just say, part of the program. This is something I'm also interested in. Is there also a focus on technology like coding, robotics, building of apps, and so forth?
Yes, we do that. It's part of our IT syllabus. We do robotics and coding as well. So just depends on what the student's going to choose to put into their subject choices or their entrepreneurship stream. But yes, absolutely, there is. We do coding, robotics, and building of the apps through the syllabus there.
Is there a big interest in it through the students? I'm talking.
Yes, there is. I mean, there is quite a bit of interest in it. Different students go for different things. So
Yeah, yeah.
currently, we have our computer classes all the way to matric, and we've got about 15 students in each grade. We equally do game design and gaming as a co-curricular in the afternoons, and that's quite full, especially with your grade 8s and 9s as the younger ones come through. So yeah.
Uh-huh. Okay, man. There's two more points when you under the what's new tab. So just explain to us what is the subject flexibility from, because it says from grade and the open access. Can you just explain that to me, please, or just expand on that?
On which part? On the subject
Yeah,
offerings.
yeah.
So with the subject offerings at grade 8 and 9, you do all your traditional subjects. But what we do is a modular system so that in grade 8 and 9, you rotate through coding and robotics during one part of the term. You rotate through design and hospitality. So in the year, you would have done it. You would have got a taste of that there. In grade 9, we do the same, except we let the modules mimic grade 10 and 11, 12. So it's a little bit more in depth. So it gives you a taste of what your portfolios are going to be like in 10, 11, 12. And then in grade 10, 11, 12, that's your subject choices. So you get to choose your different subjects. And so we have an array of different subjects. So obviously hospitality, design, EGD, coding and robotics, IT, CAT, visual arts, dramatic arts, as well as all your other traditional subjects that we offer, from your life sciences, physics,
Just
business
a
studies,
question on
all of that.
you mentioned it before. What is CAT? CAT. What does it stand for?
Computer applications technology.
Oh,
So
oh,
there's
okay.
there's a
That actually
difference
makes sense.
because you're coding and Yeah. Your coding
Continue.
and robotics is yeah, your coding and robotics is your computer courses that are your higher level, and your applications technology is your computer courses, that is the one below. So it just depends on the student's ability and what they want to do and where their passion lies.
Sure. You know, I'm I'm listening to you. I wish I was in the school 25 years ago. I think I would have thrived. Back in high school, when I was in school, there was just 6 subjects, and that was it. And those subjects were very, very, very tunnel viewed. And all the stuff we had to learn on our own. But Dhiraj, this is fantastic, man. Sort of in closing, what was the at the launch of this, what was the public's reaction to it, and what is I guess from a sacred art a point of view, like what moving forward, what's the future looking like for this program? This is great. This is fantastic because as an artist, I work as an entrepreneur as well, and I mean, in this evolving a world of technology, things are changing so fast, man. And I see the value in coding, especially in coding. In fact, that is, yeah, there's a big, big, big emphasis on that. And like knowing that from a young, and like you say, and with the arts, learning, having some form of mentorship program and working in the actual industry and learning from others. That is the only way you grow straight up. Just like a closing question. How long has this been? Because it's launched on July, but has this program been going on for some time? And if so, is there a way of keeping track of your students once they leave the school? Like for example, with the entrepreneurs, is their businesses working after school and so forth? Is there data for that? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I was gonna sort of follow up on that, and like you say, you're still building various partnerships with various stakeholders, especially in terms of the entrepreneurs thing, and I'm sure there'll be a lot of sharing of data because I'm sure if there's very positive numbers there, there'll be a serious uptake I'm sure because even I'm excited sitting here. So this is sort of the closing question. So if there is other parents that is interested in sending their children to the school and so forth. I don't, yeah, how does it work? How does the registration program work and so forth? Dhiraj Bhauth, this was fantastic. This is an incredible setup. I mean, as I mentioned, I wish if this happened 20 or however long ago, I would have enrolled or forced my parents to enroll me in something like that, because it caters for everything I do now as a professional. But this was fantastic, my brother. All the best for that. I will let you guys know as soon as I publish this episode. And then what I also do is I chop it up into shorts, into 35, 45 seconds. And that's a very effective way of keeping, conversations and going. And all your contact details and all that will be on that. So if there's any feedback with that, it'll be a direct line through to, you guys will be able to, or the people watching it will be able to contact you through that. With that said, thank you very much for coming through. This was fantastic. And enjoy the rest of your afternoon, man. Thank you, my brother. Cheers, man. Bye bye.